Hello, my name is Anjani Segrist, and this video is about breast health. So, about 2 weeks ago, I had a really huge wake up call and a scare. I was very scared actually. I found a really big lump in my breast and a big one, and then there were like two smaller ones around it. And both of my breasts had become really painful and I was really scared. I was worried. And one morning I was in the shower feeling it and kind of thinking, what should I do? If I go into a medical doctor, what are the steps? What are we going to, I used to work in a hospital and was participating as a healing person, like not as a patient, in doing breast biopsies and seeing women come in and come for follow ups. And I know the process. And so I ran through that in my mind. And then I decided instead of going to an MD, I was just going to treat myself as if I had something going on. So I went ahead and started doing coffee enemas 2 or 3 times a day, juicing, eating bone broth, which I've been a vegan for quite a long time, vegetarian for even longer, about 13, 14 years. But I went ahead and did the bone broth, soup, and juicing and just eating a bunch of raw vegetables. And that's pretty much all I did was drink water and eat real food and do tons of breast massage. And I quit wearing a bra. So all of those things together, now it's just been 2 weeks. The 2 week mark was yesterday. The breast lump is completely gone. I don't have any pain and I'm not going back to wearing bras. That's the number one thing. I'm not going back to wearing bras. And I've tapered down off of doing 2 and 3 times a day coffee enemas, but I'm still going to keep them up probably once a day, just for a little bit longer. And the dietary changes, I always do a cleanse during springtime. So this has just been like a boost getting into my spring cleaning internally. So, message here, take care of your breasts. Don't leave them neglected. So a lot of people don't get a lot of touch. A lot of people aren't getting massage all the time. And there's even a less amount of people who are doing self-massage. When I lived in India, that was part of a daily routine, was to, it's not the same, if you're just rubbing oil on your body, you are getting some massage, but it's not the same as doing self-massage where you take some time and actually get into the tissue. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and I'm going to do a little bit of a demonstration and give some suggestions into types of oils to use and setting and all of that. So let's start off by I want to show this stuff I've been using. I got this probably just before I noticed that I was having a lump in my breast. So I normally don't use any deodorant, and if I do, it's from this company, Simply Divine Botanicals. They have a spray that I keep it on hand, but I don't normally use it. And the reason I got this cream version was because I started to feel pain in my breasts and I wanted to have an excuse to rub them, basically. So every morning when I would get out of the shower, just grab a little bit of this, which I haven't done today, so I'll go ahead and do that, just about this much, and rub it right into my underarms. And then what I started to do was just take this rubbing out further. So it was reaching across my whole breast, and started doing breast massage with this particular cream because it is a really great deodorant and it has a lot of things that help to encourage lymphatic flow. So it's actually called Keeping Abreast of It, encourages lymphatic drainage and circulation. So the ingredients are amazing amazing ingredients, and you can also use this in your groin and in your neck, so the other places that have great amounts of lymphatic drainage. So you don't have to do that. You can just, I make this massage oil with raw coconut, smells so good, raw cacao, and then I use frankincense and sandalwood, and I make a blend. It's all organic and non-GMO and really, really good stuff. So you can just take plain coconut oil or whatever kind of oil you like to use. So what you're going to do, get your hands full of oil, and I'm not going to do that because I'm going to demonstrate through my top. I was going to demonstrate without it, but I figured that it would be distracting and probably not the most beneficial thing I can do on my YouTube channel at this time. So hands oily, and I always start pushing this direction. So I'll start from here and push that way and making circular motions around both of my breasts and then outwards. So the general idea is to move tissue toward the lymphatic sites. In everywhere in your body, when you're doing intentional massage strokes, the idea is to move toward the lymph nodes. So you can move in that direction, you can move up in this direction. The circular thing is just really good to get things moving. And I'll often do this direction, so grabbing from both sides, circular motion, and then sweeping up toward that direction. Don't forget to get the side of your body. So, another thing that you can do to really get the whole area. So you don't want to think about just breast. It's not just breast tissue. It's this whole area of our body where normally if you're wearing a bra, it's very restricted and there's not a lot of flow moving. So you want to be able to reach all the way around when you're doing your self massage. So another thing that just came to mind is grabbing your dry brush, and you can scrape, brush your skin in this direction. And I used to do that every morning, and I'd gotten away from it probably in the last year. So thank you. I'm going to start doing that again. It's really, really helpful, super detoxifying, good for your body, just to move all that lymphatic fluid around. So anyhow, massaging, reaching back under the armpit and in the back. And of course, getting massage movements all in your underarm. This is such a healthy and beneficial way to move fluid. And it feels really good. It's very nurturing. And don't forget to get the tops of the shoulders. The tops of the shoulders, you'll feel a lot of times tension in the tops of your shoulders. So really good to massage your own shoulders, and as much as possible, let the area that you're massaging relax. It's always better to have somebody else do this, but just take maybe a week of dedication and commitment to doing some self-massage for your breast health. So doing the shoulders, up through here, through your collarbones, clavicles. The movements that I primarily do when I'm doing self-massage it's a kneading movement, like you're kneading dough for making tortillas or making bread or whatever it is that you can relate this movement. So you can start to see I'm getting some red skin, which is good. It means that the blood is moving. So doing that movement, really, brush, just this brisk movement is really good to move fluid, to move the lymphatic fluid. And then this deeper type of massage is more beneficial for breaking up the fibers. Sometimes what I think was happening in my underarm, I think it was a fiber thing where the fibers were getting bound up and wound up and tight and weren't having enough movement, partially, I think, because of bras. I think that's the main thing, because I don't sleep in a bra, but I used to wear a bra during the day. I go running, I wear sports bras, and they were pretty much always locked up in some kind of tight container. So I've switched to either wearing completely nothing underneath a shirt or having some sort of a support that's very light and not cutting off. So a lot of the tank tops, and I think the ladies are calling them tankinis, and they're still doing the same thing because they're really tight in the armpit area. So you want to have something that is not cutting off any part of your body. I really love this bodysuit by Embody. I'll just show the back. It's not tight. It's very, it feels like a hug, but it's not restrictive or cutting off. The fabric is so wonderful and it feels really good. You can see when I take a breath, you can see the rib cage expanding. The sternum has space, whereas when you're wearing a tight bra, there's an end point to your breath. There's an end point to your inhalation. And wearing this bodysuit, there feels like there isn't, the only end point, I'm saying end, E-N-D, the only end point is that my ribs don't expand anymore. So it feels so good. So there you go, breast massage. Make sure you do. I did this whole routine on on one side. Just make sure you do the same thing on the other side. Get touching yourself, massaging yourself. If you can have a friend do it, it's always better. I did get the help of one of my friends once. I think it was probably 2 years ago. I was like, my boobs hurt. Can you please massage them? And he was like, absolutely, let's do this. And there was no weirdness about it, because when you come from a way of like, it's healthy. We have this weird image in our mind of, especially me as a body worker, it's actually against the law for me to massage. There's like a mathematical equation of where I can massage, and the breasts are not in that equation. So, I have a view of the body with linens, and the chest is always covered. And of course, I've been getting more and more liberal, I guess you would say, on where I'm going to massage in communication with the person that I'm working with. And I have been doing more underarm massages and, not skipping and leaving out this very important area that, why are we so afraid of women's breast tissue? It just doesn't make any sense. And why do we, I need to research this because I don't know who invented bras, but one of my really amazing, wonderful clients said that it was probably a man. And I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing that that would make sense. So anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave any comments. I always answer. I look forward to connecting with you soon.